Happy Chanukah to everyone. So I wanted to share with you an extra piece from what we have discussed connected to Parshas Vayeshev with the challenge between Yehuda and Yosef, Yehuda and the brothers and Yosef, which represent two different types of leadership, if we can say, two processes. Each one wanted to show a different way to go to redemption. What we have to look, there's many pieces, but I want to start first with the idea that let's remember Chanukah happens at the time of the year where it's the darkest night, where everything looks dead. What's happening is that Chanukah happens during the Sagittarius, it's in Kislev. The Sagittarius has a target, so to speak, because it represents the bow and arrow, and we're trying to aim at something very specific. It's the end of really the bringing down the spirituality. We have spoken before, from Rosh Hashanah till December, till Chanukah, really we're taking the spirituality and bringing it back all the way down, because the goal of the Jewish people is really to enable God to live on earth. We're trying to make a place where God is among us, where we live with Him even in the most physical thing. So the day goes darker, we go more and more in the physical, we have dreams, we have vision, and we try to go all the way down. This, in a way, is the avodah of Yosef. Yosef is that half year from Rosh Hashanah till Chanukah, and Yehuda comes really on Chanukah, and it's the seed of Moshiach, and then from there it grows and is able to go where we go now, from the very bottom, from the most physical, darkest point in the world, where everything looks dark and dead and very physical, materialistic, and we bring the light, and we light up, and now we go back up. That's why Purim is also going to Chanukah, which is the switching upside down of everything. Even the lashon of Alanissim, it's the tahor, the tameh in the hand of the tahor, the rasha in the hand of the tzaddik. Everything is switched upside down, so to speak. So we have going from bring the spirituality down to earth, and now bringing the spirituality alive and reconnecting, so to speak, to the spiritual world, from down in the physical. And so we have Yosef till Chanukah, so to speak, and from Chanukah on we have Yehuda establishing leadership. So interesting, in the words of the Hallel, in the words of Alanissim, we say at the end, Lehodos ulehalel leshimcha gadol. What is the purpose really of this whole thing, this whole Chanukah miracle? What is the message? Why are we celebrating this thing? Lehodos ulehalel. Lehodos, to give hodah, to give thanks to Hashem, ulehalel, and to sing praise on it's like a Hallel is like an extension of hodah. And I believe that Hallel and Hodah correspond really to Yosef and Yehuda. Really, what Yehuda is, Hodah is, Yehuda is Hodeh. Hashem, it's thanking, and Leah called Yehuda because of thanking. And really, we should be fine with thanking. We can just thank you, Hashem. But Yosef brings an extra dimension that brings the Hodah on a much higher level. In a way, Yehuda becomes Yehuda on the highest level only thanks to Yosef. And this is Moshiach ben Yosef, Moshiach ben David. The whole process of Moshiach ben Yosef is to go in the physical, to go with the darkness, to go in the challenges of life, to go through all the struggles, and still and bringing the holiness with it, to bring the connection to God with it. And then even after that, Hoda, we thank Hashem. So this brings such intensity, tension, that makes it a burst, Oz, like Oz Yashir number 8, because transcends everything, which is Chanukah, which is Hallel, 8 days of Hallel. We are without the struggling, the intensity with the darkness and the good, and the light. Without that tension, we will not be able to have a Hoda on the level of Hallel, and therefore that's why the exile lasts so long. Also, we have 6,000 years of history, 6,000 years of Yosef, ups and downs and struggling, and then Moshiach, 1,000 years of Moshiach Hoda. But we would not have had the same level of Moshiach if we didn't go through the 6,000 years of Yosef. So those are the two types of leadership that technically you say you don't need Yosef, and you say we don't need you. But Yosef is saying no, there is something special you can add from me. And there was also the Greeks' challenge. The Greeks' challenge was, you don't need to have the Torah and to have all that. We also believe that there are powers. We also believe in beauty and thanking God and that things are good in the world. Why do you have to be different? Why do you have to be so different? And the Jews say, no, we have all a very unique mission. We're all special and different. And that was the challenge between Yosef and Yehuda. That was the real problem of Chanukah, where there was a problem of leadership. It was the priests, the Kohanim, took power, control, as is to say, the Talmid Chacham, the Rosh Yeshiva, is the one who is the leader of everything. And the really, no, there's a difference between, as my Rebbe explained, there's a difference between Talmid Chacham and the Gadol Hador. A Gadol Hador doesn't necessarily have to be a Talmid Chacham, it has to be a leader of the generation, a leader for his people. And therefore we have here the two leadership type, the Talmid Chacham, the Rosh Yeshiva, the one who is gonna give the wisdom, the Das Torah, the clarity of connecting to God and the whole Avodas Hashem. And then we have the world leader, the Gadol Hador, who is gonna lead on a more physical level, right, and lead the Jewish people and lead the world into what it's supposed to do at that time in history. And that's Yosef and Yehuda. Yosef is the Talmid Chacham, Yehuda is the Gadol Hador, the world leader. And really, this is again hidden in the Menorah itself. So we have the Menorah, really the 6 branches, the 3 and the 3 of the Menorah on the side, those are the Yehuda part. Those are the physical part, to speak, and the one in the middle is Yosef. And interesting, all the lights of the Yehuda really aim towards Yosef, because yes, ultimately anything that is physical, even Yehuda has to recognize that Yosef is the pillar, is the foundation, is the wisdom of the Torah, is what we are aiming for. So yes, Yehuda has technically it's more branches, there's more brothers, there's more. That's what creates a big, nice tree. But let's remember, Yosef at the center is what gives the energy to all this tree, and that's the light, the essence, the Torah that we have to remember it comes from. So we give thanks to Yosef. We have to give thanks to Yosef that he has something unique to bring, just like Yehuda. So So this is, I think, the celebration of the spiritual within the physical. This is the Holy of Chanukah, the 8 days where we sing for 8 days Hallel. During 8 days, it's a festival, the only festival where we actually do work. And we have to work, because what we're saying, we're able to go and be involved in the everyday life, in the work, with the spirituality, with the holiness, with God. I can bring God at my work. And the Greeks were saying, no, you in a way, you let God in the shul, and when you're at work, you're at work. At work, it's the physical. Don't connect the two. And this is really, I think, one way to really look at Chanukah and celebrating really that connection, the two leadership, the necessity for the spiritual and the physical, necessity for Yehuda and Yosef. And that brings us to understanding that we are all needed. Finding one's place. Vayeshev is find the Parashat Vayeshev, which is connected to that, is finding one's uniqueness, one's unique leadership, what it is that I'm here to bring, and recognizing in the other what he has to bring. Being able to thank others for what the other one has brought into the world. We have to, one of the great exercises you can do, that I do with my kids, is you go sit around the table at the Chanukah meal, and you say, everybody has to say to one member of the family, to every member of the family, one thing that they're thankful for. Like that, it teaches each kid to recognize the uniqueness, to be thankful for something that that person gives to oneself, because everybody has a mission here, everybody is bringing something unique. And that is why also we read during Chanukah, at the end of prayer, the song of the day, which is that's one thing we do, but I was thinking of the Torah that we read. Every day we read the gifts of thanks that every Nasi from the 12th tribe brought on the Chanukah Sabayis, which is also Chanukah, the celebration of the temple. Each one brought gifts and offerings for the temple, celebration of the inauguration of the temple. And that's very significant because they all brought exactly the same thing. But meaning we all have a body, we all are good people, we all give, we all help, we all do that. But what's unique in the way you do it? When you give and he gives, you're both doing something beautiful. We're both giving an offering, so to speak, a gift to Hashem. But can your giving be recognized as yours, and can his giving be recognized as yours? So you have to try to see with yourself, the work of yourself. Are you thankful for yourself? What's unique about you? The celebration of Chanukah is that you are the candle and you bring light into the world. Each one of us is a candle. But what is unique about you? That's one number 8. 7 years, the 7 colors of the rainbow. But which color are you? And how can you be recognized, so to speak? And you have to be able to do that with yourself. What is unique in the way I give? What is unique to Mr. G, to Mr. Smith, to Shimon, to Levi? What each one, can each one be recognized with his own unique way of giving? So when I see you give, or I see you help, or I see you work, or I see you pray, I know this prayer, that's a Rabbi Shimon prayer, that's a Levi prayer, that's unique to you, to your name. So it is also the celebration, therefore, of what's unique about us. If we have that, there'll be no jealousy between Yosef and Yehuda, between the brothers, between the Chiloni and the Haredi. There will be respect for each one's candle, for each one's light, everybody has to bring something. We understand we don't all have to be on the same spiritual level, we don't have to be on the physical level, we'll have our own unique level, and we have to be able, each one of us, to recognize what's unique in the other. That's really Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. You love the other as yourself. As you yourself see you're unique, and that's why you actually love yourself, there's something unique about you, you should be also able to love the other with his own uniqueness, recognize his own uniqueness. That's true love, and that's what can bring the redemption. That's why all those things, the time of the year, the month of the year, the zodiac sign, which is, like, say again, aiming at the targets, who are you? What's unique about you? When you're involved in the physical, how do you bring your own spirituality? Because really that's what's gonna make us different. We all do physical stuff. They all brought sacrifices and all that. But what's unique inside is the essence, the oil. And that's going to make you shine differently. Pure oil actually can bring any type of oil, because we all have different types of wisdom. But what is the wisdom, the intent, the emotion that's going to make you different? You're going to do the same motion when you pray, but you're going to see his motion has something specific, something beautiful, something shiny, something... We're all going to make the same challah on Shabbos, but this challah tastes like that, and this challah tastes like that, and all this challah. On the outside looks the same. On the outside, we all Jews look the same. It is maybe one reason why we dress black and white. Some dress black and white. It's like, we all look the same on the outside. Bring your own spirituality. Bring your own uniqueness. Your own yourself inside you. On the outside, you're Yehuda, right? So that's a little bit of that. Understand that Yosef is the inside of you, was the essence of you, your Torah, your wisdom, and Yehuda is who you're on the outside. You have to be strong. Yosef seems to be weak. Like little brother, he's sold. That's like your soul. And the Yehuda is the man, the strong one who fights, is a lion. That's the body. So you have the way, the soul and the body. And that's also represents in the candle, when you have Yosef as the weak and the flame as Yehuda, or we can say the cup as Yehuda and the brothers, and the oil inside as Yosef. And same thing, the six sides of the cube, which is Yehuda, and inside the spirituality. So the cube is the physicality, which is 6, which is the 6,000 years, which is 6 days of the week, which is Yehuda, and the 1, which is Yosef, which is Shabbos, which is the spirituality in the physical. So that's the way I wanted to present it. It changes a little bit the way I explained it last time, with Yehuda being the 6 days. No, actually it's the same. Sorry, I got confused. Alright, so I want to wish you all a happy Chanukah, and make sure to find who you are, what's your greatness, what's your light, what's unique about you. This is the only way we can save ourselves. We cannot just live, just be a Yehuda. We can, but there's gonna be nothing special. You can just be a Jew, you can just be religious, you can just be in the physical world. But what's going to make us different, every human being, is that we bring our own Yosef in us, our own unique talent, our own spirituality, our own light shining. And sometimes we have to be crushed. The Yosef is the oil, needs to be crushed. Like the Jewish people have been crushed for so long, and we crush the oil, the olives, to make the oil and to refine the oil. Because sometimes we don't find it, we need to crush more and more and more to find our uniqueness. Very often the heroes, the great people, find their uniqueness in the most darkest moment, the time of complete despair or complete physical crash. So we don't have to go always that far. The earlier you find it in you, by digging deep, and finding what's my talent, how do I feel inside, what's unique about me, the less you will need to go through all those struggles. So you have to start thanking. On Chanukah, this Chanukah, make sure you don't stop thanking yourself for what's unique about yourself. You have to see it before to say thank you. So that's the training. And then look at other people. Say, wow, I want to thank that person for being like that, and that person for being like that, and that person being like that. You bring so much light into the world, so much beauty. Let's remember the 7 colors of the rainbow comes from one light. They all come from that same essence light, but it has different shades. So we have to find each one's colors, each one's sephira, each one's uniqueness, specialty. And our auras are connected to that different colors of the aura. Anyway, just to conclude, I wish you all a happy Chanukah, and may we all shine and celebrate the miracle of being spiritual beings, divine beings in the physical world, in a material world, that there is God even in the most simple things. And like I always like to say, holy cow. Yes, you had a cow that pooped, that had intestines, that ate, that moo, all that. So physical, the most physical, basic stuff. And out of that, you have a Sefer Torah, you have a book of the Torah scroll, and you have the name of God written on it. It's mind-boggling, and this is the most holy item in the world, a cow. Holy cow. So we should all be able to be like holy cows, holy human beings, and transform our flesh into something super holy. I don't know if I mentioned it, so I want to say it now before I forget. That's why the Greek didn't want us to have Bris, Shabbos, and Torah, which is the Bris is Yosef, as we explained, is number the Vav. Yosef was on the Yesod, which is Vav, which is the Bris, which makes the Jew unique. The Bris is on the 8th day. Shabbos, which is the number 7, which we explained, that's Yosef, that's the middle branch of the Menorah, right? As opposed to the 6 days of creation. And Torah is the oil, is the essence. Again, it's Yosef. So the Greeks wanted to take out this Yosef. They say, it's like the Greeks saying, yeah, just be Yehuda. It's fine, you don't need Yosef. Just be Jewish, but don't be too different. Don't bring all this wisdom of Torah, this uniqueness. We're all the same. It's all the beauty of the physical. You don't need the beauty of the spiritual. The beauty of the physical is plenty of the mind, but don't go into Kabbalah, into the deep stuff, into becoming all the spheres. Stay simple. And that's why we sing Hallel. That's why we bring out, that's why it was such a fight, where we have to understand we need a Yosef and we need a Yehuda. And Yehuda cannot take the role of Yosef, and Yosef cannot take the role of Yehuda, which what happened with the Hashmonaim, that not the Hashmonaim, but with the Kohanim at the time, who wanted to take leadership also over Yehuda, so to speak, and that was wrong. So we can have one take the relationship over the other. I think I said enough. Let's celebrate who we are, and I wish you a happy Freiliche Chanukah.